New year, new blah, blah, blah. It's time to wake up. If you've been saying this for years and been going around the same circle every single year, you've got to start to look and think, where has it actually got you? It's probably not been working. It isn't a wise start to the year. So, welcome back to the show, brand new episode. I hope you haven't overindulged too much. I hope you've been sensible. I hope maybe you've used a few of the survival guides that we've delivered out and given out for free to as many people as we possibly could do. And of course, the bits and pieces I've spoken about on the podcast. I just hope you've been smart, sensible, knowing full well that you can go through a Christmas period and you can see family and you can enjoy it. But you can also, you've got to realize there's going to be a tomorrow. You're going to have to pay the piper at some point. So I really genuinely hope you had a lovely time with family and friends and it's been a very joyous occasion for you. Now, what we've got is, of course, for some reason, we all like the idea of looking into the next year and thinking to ourselves, yeah, you know, but everyone thinks something different, but it could be along the lines of, I'm so happy to put this year behind me and next year is going to be my year. Or this year has been amazing and I'm going to try and do even better next year. We definitely see, and there's nothing wrong with this, a cut-off at year by year. I think it's ingrained to us. You know, we see a cut-off day by day, a cut-off week by week, month by month, year by year. We're sort of in that calendar cycle and there's nothing wrong with that. However, the first Monday of the year is just another Monday. If you've been waiting for that Monday to take care of yourself, start a fitness regime, level up what you've been doing, fix your health, wellness, get in the shape of your, whatever the thing is. One, if you've been waiting till the first Monday of the year, what the bloody hell have you been doing? What have you been waiting for? Tell me. No, don't tell me. Tell yourself. Ask yourself a genuine question. Why have you been waiting? It's a rhetorical question. I don't know the answer, but you might. So today we're going to go through this idea of, I suppose, really what goes through people's minds. And I suppose from our point of view, and you will know this as well, because you will have done this, you will have seen this in people around you. You know, people keep doing the same stuff year in and year out. So we're going to sort of delve into that a little bit. Why people keep doing the same things and expecting a different result. Why this might not be working for you. And then something to try instead. Okay, so usual setup. So let's begin with the idea that people tend to sort of do the same thing or attempt the same thing each year. So quite often, you know, the first Monday of the year, we've overindulged, probably put on a few pounds, lost some good habits, feel pretty sluggish mentally, physically, emotionally, psychologically, like goodness knows, like it's difficult to come out of what can be a very festive season and the run up to Christmas and then boom, it's all over and wallop in the face comes January and February, two very depressing months of the year. So people tend to go all in. They go from one extreme to the other. So, you know, they either start intermittent fasting or restricting carbs or fats or go knee deep in salads and, you know, maybe start jogging or get the workout DVDs out, or maybe they start going to the gym, but really, do they actually have a plan? Maybe they've got the plan that they used last year, the one that was really going to work last year, but seemed to not work. But they're going to pick up that plan again because, you know, this year it's got to work. And people tend to really want to go it alone for some reason. I know what I need to do. I just need to do it. I'm going to come back to that phrase again later, but people tend to, you know, start the new year, head down. This is my year. It has to work this time, doesn't it? It must work. But you've probably gained more weight over this last year than maybe you wanted to. Maybe you haven't. Of course, maybe you haven't. I don't know your personal circumstances. But for the majority, if somebody started a new year kick, and let's be honest, it doesn't really last, does it? And again, we'll cover that in more detail. There's a chance that over the course of this year, you haven't moved forward. Maybe at best, you've maintained where you are. But maintenance is, in my eyes, going backwards to a degree, because you will only maintain for so long. And then there will be a decline in areas. You won't see them to start with, but they'll be happening. But this time it's going to be different, right? This time it's going to be different for you. Okay? What you seem to be missing, though, is if you just keep trying the same thing each year, you're going to get the same result. And what was that result like this year for you? I don't know. Did it work? Maybe it did. Maybe it did. You know, thumbs up to you. Well done. Maybe it didn't. It won't have done for the majority. You cannot keep doing the same things over and over again and expect a different result. Our friend Mr. Einstein told us that is literally the definition of insanity. If nothing changes, nothing changes. If you have the idea that you're going to start a year in a certain way and it all falls apart, the chances are that's you for the year, especially if you're still trying to do it on your own. And respectfully to everybody who's listening to this, if you created your own plans, and maybe you are fully able to create your own plans, people are, right? But what you think might be a good plan for you and what technically is a good plan for you can often be very different. And very often I will see the plans that people have created for themselves when maybe, as they're joining as a client, and I will say respectfully to all of them, goodness, this is an interesting plan, but it's not aligned with your goal. And when I point out where the misalignments are, it's like a aha moment for the client when they come on board. They're like, oh, I just hadn't seen it that way. I hadn't looked at it that way. Well, no, that's understandable. Like, this is all I've done for the past 19 years. I've, completely immersed myself in this world. If I needed advice in a completely different sector, a completely different profession, I wouldn't expect that I would know those things. I would go and find a professional and get them to help me. So this is the same. So this is really what we've got to understand here, is that what you're doing at the beginning and end of the year is actually really important. Why is this not working for you? So ask yourself, has this approach worked for you in the past? Be honest. If you're a new year, new me type person, and there's nothing wrong with that, I don't believe it's the best way to go about things. It's a little bit all or nothing. And here's another little offshoot. If you think you're an all or nothing person and you think that's good, I'll challenge that. I will challenge you on that. Being all or nothing is bad. Bad, bad, bad. In my opinion. Why? Because for the most part, people will then be nothing. Oh, I'm either all or nothing. And I can't be all because the timing's not right. It's my birthday. Here comes fucking all the bullshit comes out. So they're nothing. It shouldn't be two extremes. It should be a continuum. It should be, I will be as close to all as I can be. Not, if I can't be 100%, I'll be nothing. Again, I see people say, oh, I can't join at the moment because I can't give it 100%. Like, we don't want your 100% because it doesn't exist. Like, even in a prep, I still don't know if I've given everything 100%. I still look back and think I could have done better. There were things I could have done better. And that could have been doing less for me, holding back slightly. So waiting for 100% and being all or nothing, just as an offshoot rant, very dangerous. So has this worked? Has a new year, new me worked for you in the past? Probably not, right? If you're really, really honest. And that's not your fault, because that puts you in the 85% of people. The worldwide stat is that 85% of dieters, anyone looking to lose fat or lose weight, which is all of us at some point, 85% of those people, whether they do or don't reach their goal, will end up back where they started or worse inside, I think it's just under 2 years. That's the worldwide stat of dieting. It's shocking. But now sit back and think, sounds about right, doesn't it? Because people go off and do a bunch of shit that is completely unsustainable, like cutting out a whole food group. I don't eat carbs anymore. Or I only eat one meal a day. And there's nothing particularly wrong with that. I just don't know if it's particularly sustainable. But people do stuff that they cannot sustain. They cannot keep it up. It is not a lifestyle change. It is a flash in the pan. And then, of course, what generally happens is people, they go back to their old habits, right? Because when the thing that they're doing that is a new year, new me mentality, all or nothing mentality, when that thing becomes unsustainable and they can't hack it 4 weeks in, guess what? Boom, they go right back to their old habits and wallop, back comes any fat that they've lost. If they were lucky enough to drop any, back it all comes. Now, the negative mindset that would then give an individual is then going to throw them off for a long time. Because what is it? It's going to be failure, isn't it? Disgusted with oneself. I've failed again. I'm useless. I just can't get my head around this. Maybe this getting in shape and health and fitness thing isn't for me. I've heard people say that. Like, what? You're a human being. Your health and fitness should be at the forefront of everything that you do. Like literally at the forefront of everything that you do. When someone says to me, again, I'm interested in joining the plan, but right now I'm really focusing on my business. I'm like, yes, so am I. I spend a huge amount of time focusing on my business, but does that mean I can't take the necessary steps to optimize my health, wellness, and mental cognition and longevity? And no, because no matter how successful we might become, what we earn, all that rubbish, when your health is taken away from you, you will sell everything, pay whatever you need to get your health back. So why not just take care of it in the first instance? Looking after your health and wellness is not a cost. It's an investment. For sure, possibly the best one you can ever make. It's the one that will repay you the most. And the amount of people that I hear say, I'm going to go it alone. I can do this alone. I know what I need to do. I just need to do it. I said that earlier. I know what I need to do. I just need to do it. People say that to me as if they're the only person that's ever said it to me. But the reality is I probably hear that a couple of times a day, given that I have maybe 7 or 8 consultations every single day. I probably hear that a couple of times a day. And I'm respectful every time I hear it. Of course I am. Because I'm sure that individual does think they know what to do and they just need to do it. So why haven't they done it? So why are they sitting on the phone with me saying that? Knowing, and whether they do or don't know is a different thing, but knowing and implementation are worlds apart. Way too many people to say that to me. It's the implementation that matters. Like a 1 week on a diet won't cut it. It probably took someone months, years to get into the shape where they feel that they need to do something about it. What makes someone think that a new year, new me, 1 to 4 week sort of, unsustainable plan and that be it is going to get them there? Like, you got to wake up. You're kidding yourself. That is going to be everything I want to cover today. Thank you for your time. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas. And I hope whatever you're doing this week, whether you're back to work or whether you're having time off with family, whatever that is, I hope it's joyous. I hope it's fun. I hope you're around the people that you want to be around. And again, let's start this year as the best way we possibly can. If we're going to do it, if you want to do that, if you want that to be a way to start the year, then let's do it in the best way possible. Let's push all the old ways of doing things to one side. Let's start in a different manner, a more sustainable long-term solution manner, which is what the whole of this plan is that we're putting in front of you. I thank you for listening. If you've enjoyed the content in the show, please give me or give the show a 5-star review. We don't advertise this podcast. We don't run ads to it. We do nothing like that. It only grows because you, the awesome listener, is willing to give us reviews and share it with other people like-minded who might want this sort of help. So please, by all means, get the link, share it out across your socials. I thank you from the bottom of my heart because, again, if we've got the opportunity to help more people, that's what floats my boat and keeps me doing this and generally keeps a bit of a smile on my face. Awesome. Alphas, thank you so much. Have the most amazing new year. Alphas, over and out.